3, 4, 5, and 6. 7, 8, 9 are the titles of the masters of men. Far from the future, formless yet forming, came they as teachers for the children of men. Live they forever, yet not of the living, bound not to life, and yet free from death. They have they're so balanced, perfectly balanced, that there is no life and death. Okay. Rule they forever with infinite wisdom, bound yet not bound to the halls of the dead. Life they have in them, yet life that is not life. Free from all are the lords of the all. Forth from them came forth the logos, instruments they of the power over all. Vast is their countenance, yet hidden in smallness, formed by a forming, known yet unknown. So forth from them came forth the logos, instruments. I believe that it's talking about sacred geometry. Vast is their countenance, so great is their support for man. So now we're actually are about to get into the 7 lords. You've waited this long. As I said, Thoth comes from a place of music. So he uses numbers. But the other side of it is just the chakras. Okay, so instead of a number, we're speaking of colors, which is again the chakras. Okay, so through each number that I'm about to go through, he's about to describe their role in order. The very thing that's going to bring you life. Okay. 3, which is the root chakra or the color red, holds the key of all hidden magic. So what is this magic? The magic is darkness and light. Okay. But it says key of the hidden magic, meaning that you can only see darkness. Creator he of the halls of the dead, sending forth power, shrouding with darkness, binding the souls of the children of men. Sending the darkness, binding the soul force, director of negative to the children of men. This is by design. It is as if your eyes is meant to be covered to where you can't see the light. This is the order or the law that will bring us life. For is he who loses the power. Lord, he of the life of the children of men. Light is his body, flame is his countenance, freer of the souls to the children of men. Well, it says, for is he who loses the power. Why would you lose the power? Well, you've lost the power because half of the magic has been hidden from you. And what is the power? That's the knowledge. So you have lost the knowledge. And again, you've lost it because through 3 is hidden. Part of it is hidden from you. You just think life is all about struggle. There's an other side to that struggle, okay? And it says, light is his body, flame is his countenance. Well, what is this flame? So let's see what he's talking about here, okay? So here now we're going into the tablet, the key of freedom of space, okay? Let's see, all right? Let's see what this flame is. Then heard I the voice, hear thou and understand. The flame is the source of all things, containing all things in potentiality. The order, that's law, that sent forth light is the word. And from the word comes life and existence of all. So what did it say? It says that the word, from the word comes life and existence of all. But what is the word? It says the word is order. And again spoke the voice saying, the life in thee is the word. Find thou the life within thee and have powers to use of the word. Don't you remember when Thoth said, follow your heart? That is the life in you. Long I've watched the light flame pouring forth from the essence of fire, realizing that life is but order, and that man is one with the fire. That's the law, people. The struggle is by design. What did it say? Number 3 was? It was the Lord of the hidden magic. Back I came to my body, stood again with the 9. So he's talking about the 9 cycles of consciousness, which is a part of the 7 lords. Vibrate with powers they spoke. Know ye, O Thoth, that life is but the word of the fire. The life force ye seek before thee is but the word in the world as a fire. Seek ye the path to the word, and the power shall surely be thy. In other words, when you go through the order from 3 to 9, which we're going to complete, you go through that order, powers shall surely be thy. In other words, you're going to realize and remember that you're actually the opposite of that very thing that you struggle with. That's why he said, awaken, awaken, old man, and be wise. So that was number 4. So when it says flame is his countenance, he's saying all potentiality is your support. Use it. What inspires you? What brings you that curiosity? What is that thing that pulls you? Use it as your support to get yourself out of the struggle. Five, which is the, well, let's go, I didn't say 4 is, of course, the sacral chakra, the color orange. So now we go to 5. 5 is the solar plexus, color yellow. 5 is the master, Lord of all magic. Key to the word that resounds among men. So we went from 3 that holds the key of all hidden magic. So that light gets cut off. Now you don't see the light no more. But now we're at 5. And 5 is the Lord of all magic. Now you can see. That's why it is key to the word. So you take that struggle and you find a way to go through that struggle to realize that you are the very opposite of it. That's the reason why it is the Lord of all magic. Darkness and light. You are both of them. So I'm going to share this. I'll share more in the very next tablet about myself, but I had speech class for 7 years growing up. I couldn't read and I couldn't spell. So I got to experience the other side of that darkness, which is limitation. And here I am reading you this. A little boy that couldn't read. I couldn't spell. I couldn't speak properly. 7 years of speech class. I will tell you, I was on the word hospital for a whole year. I couldn't say hospital for a whole entire year. Every week I had to go see the speech teacher. Lord of all magic, people. You are both things, the very thing that you struggle with. You're the opposite of it as well. You're actually the master of it. Wake up. 6 is the Lord of light. Well, what does light do? It brings you life. The hidden pathway. Path of the souls to the children of men. It is your path. And 6 is the heart chakra in the color green. 7 is he who is Lord of the vastness, master of space, and the key of the times. So we're not going to be able to do it in this particular video. This is saying a lot, okay? When it says master of space, it is really speaking of the Metatron cube. The Metatron cube is the architect of our existence consciously. For those of you that do not know the Metatron cube, it is 5 shapes that makes up the whole entire universe. 3D, okay? And the fruit of life sits on top of it. which they are circles. Each circle represents a space consciously. That's the 7 lords. I know I've mentioned sacred geometry before. I promise you I will go in much deeper than that. But that is what it's speaking of, master of space. In other words, you mastered 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a color and there's a number behind it. And when it says the key of the times, there's a whole entire tablet on time. Time represents a event. So this is an event for me. Wherever you're at right now, that is an event for you. Remember when I told you I was a little boy and I couldn't read or spell? That was an event for me then. Now I'm in this event. So 7 would be the light blue in the throat chakra. 8, which is blue, third eye chakra, is he who orders the progress, weights and balances the journey of men. So 8 is the one that realizes that you're everything. So what are you weighting and balancing? You're weighting and balancing darkness and light. You're saying to yourself, wow, I really struggle with this. What is that thing that pulls me? What is that thing that brings me curiosity? Will that help me banish this struggle, this fear that I hold on to? That's what weight is. 8 is. 8 is the very thing. 8 is the energy that allows us to realize that we are everything, okay? 9 is the Father, vast, he of countenance, forming and changing from out of the formless. So constantly changing from darkness to light. Constantly, just constantly doing it over and over and over again. Why? Because it is eternal. It's forever, people. So we're going to go to a different tablet, very short. This tablet is actually the 7 lords, but I want you to know what number 9 is, okay? Because once you get to number 9, you did it. Form the formless. But let's see what number 9 has to say about itself. Spoke again to me the 9, saying, seek ye to find the path to beyond. Not impossible is it to grow a consciousness above. For when 2 has become 1, and 1 has become the all, know we the barrier has lifted, and ye are made free of the road. Grow thou from form to formless, free may thou be of the road. It's no longer a struggle for you. You went from darkness to light, form to formless, and you are free of that path. So I'm going to throw a little nugget in there. Did you know that what I just spoke of was the solfeggio frequencies? Let me show you. Number 5. That is 528 hertz. that is Lord of all magic. Let's go to number 8. 8 is 852 hertz. But number 5 is in there. So 8 is he who orders the progress, weighs and balances the journey of men. So what are you weighing and balancing? Number 5, all the magic. I'll talk more deep about that in a different video. So then you're probably asking, well, what is 1 and 2? 1 is life and number 2 is death. So 528 hertz. There's 2 in that number. So there needs to be a death of the darkness in order to get to the light. And that's where 852 hertz comes in. There's 2 in there. So you're weighting and balancing. Are you banishing the darkness? We'll talk more about it in a different video, but there goes the solfeggio frequencies in there as well. Isn't that something? And let's speak about number 9. So number 9 is quite interesting because number 9, all numbers must lead back to the number 9. Go ahead and Google it if you don't believe me. You went through the whole entire order to get through number 9, only to realize that all numbers always lead back to number 9. Interesting, huh? Back to the book. Meditate on the symbols I give thee. Keys are they, though hidden from men. Reach ever upward, O soul of the morning. Turn thy thoughts upward to the light and to life. Find in the keys of the numbers I bring thee light on the pathway from life unto life. Seek ye with wisdom. Turn thy thoughts inward. Close not thy mind to the flower of life. That's sacred geometry. Place in thy body a thought, form, picture. Think of the numbers that led thee to life. Clear is the pathway to he who has wisdom. Open the door to the kingdom of light. Pour forth thy flame as a sun of the morning. He's talking about Venus. So I didn't even mention the planets. But Venus is that morning star. It's speaking of balance. It's speaking of following your heart. What was number 6? That's Venus. 6 is the Lord of the light. That's the thing that brings you life. Shut out the darkness and live in the day. Take thee, O man, as part of thy being. The 7 who are but not as they seem. Open, O man, have I my wisdom. Follow the path in the way I have led. Masters of wisdom. What did they say? Masters of wisdom. There is wisdom in darkness and light. We are masters of both. I was once that little boy that could not read. And here I am, my very first YouTube channel. I am reading something to you. You are masters of both. Son of the morning light, and life to the children of men. A morning light and life to the children of men. It is important for you to be you. It is important for you to be the light and to shine, because it brings life to the children. Okay? You become a light that inspires other people. Just because you're being you. Do not listen to people that try to tell you to not be you. Those are individuals that live in fear. And you want to know something? They're miserable. They don't even follow their own heart. Do not listen to people like that. Okay? When you become you, and when you become that love, you are a star. Believe it and just know it, okay? So that wraps up this particular tablet. The next tablet, we are going to jump and we're going to go to the keys of life and death, because it, in a sense, kind of allows us to complete this particular tablet. And remember what I told you, 1 and 2, which Thoth never says 1 and 2, so that does not exist in the tablets. But 1 and 2 is life and death. So that's why we will talk about that particular chapter. And I hope you enjoyed.